The Arosa podcast is brought to you by Triumph Protective Coatings, which is a flooring company specializing in concrete polish, epoxy flooring systems, micro cement, and self leveling concrete. They speak Spanish and they offer awesome, awesome customer service. And you could reach them on Instagram, Triumph underscore coatings, looking them up on Facebook, Triumph Protective Coatings. You can email them, triumphprotectivecoatings at gmail.com. You can call them or text them at 666-436-4702. And if you use promo code ARROWSUP, you get 15% off on your next flooring project. So reach out to them and they will take care of all your flooring needs. There's a podcast today. David, we talk about, is on. David is on. We talk about hair, how this men have this super tight relationship with their hair, and a lot of like just the value and the worth, maybe not worth, but value, confidence is the word. Confidence that a man has is tied to their hair. Talk about that. And coaching, why coaching, not so much why it matters, but so more so like the personality of a coach and why the personality of a coach matters. And if you're just a jerk, then it just doesn't work. So we get into all of that. And yeah, so it's a good one, fun one. I will be back with the Christian Worldview pods for next Wednesday, where forgiveness, biblical forgiveness, is the episode for next week. So stay tuned for that as we return to that. And yeah, so here's this one. Friday is the Canelo preview, all of that. So stay tuned for that. Arizona podcast. Here we go.
Yo.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I kind of, for those that can't see, I buzzed my hair. So.
Yeah, you could have shaved it.
No, because okay, I have like the bumps, so that's why it looks kind of like it's longer in some parts, but it's just because there's like little dips and like crevices. So yeah, but it's cool. I can feel like the breeze and everything up here.
Yeah.
So don't have to worry about like just like maintaining it, like getting out the shower, like just you pat it and it's like, oh, that's it, Yeah,
Oh, you
man.
gonna keep the look?
No, okay. Definitely grateful to have hair, right? To be in that position.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna use it while I have it, but this did open me up to just being like comfortable that if it ever does start to go, like I'm cool with it. I like how it looks, like with the beard, like I'm chilling, So if it ever starts in a couple years, I'll be like, you know what? I'll just so
Yeah.
yeah, because Trevor was stressing when we got it cut at the same time. And I was like, dude, you're super young. Like, come on, bro.
He was stressing because what?
So we borrowed my brother's clippers, and we met up at another friend's house to cut it all off. And before I left, my brother gave me the clippers, but he still left one of the guards on as like a 1 or a 2. And he's like, here, like in case you need it. And I was like, bro, we're not gonna need that. Like we're cutting it all off. So he's like, all right, whatever. So I get to my friend's house, and she was like, did you bring any of the guards, like by chance? And I was like, no, why would I? We don't need those. Come on. And Trevor was like, wait, we're actually going like full like 00. And I was like, yes, what did you think this was?
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of the other friends was like, mentioned our other friend Bianca, and she was like, Bianca's not gonna have an option. Like her hair's already falling out, so it's like, the whole point is that you're gonna be like as
It's all
vulnerable as she is.
yeah.
And so he was like, bro, he started breathing all heavily. He was like, oh my God. And I was like, dude, I was like, you know what? Since you're freaking out, I was like, you're going first because I don't trust you. I was like, I'm ready to do this, but you're kind of scaring me with this reaction. So I was like, you're gonna go first.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do mine first and then you back out. So and he put the little towel on him and he saw himself. There was like a sliding door and he saw his reflection as they were cutting it off, and he was like, "Oh my God!" And he like buried his face in his hands, kind of thing. And I was like, "Dude, come on, just
Yeah.
it's hair, bro." But but no, it was cool.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely something that people um dudes specifically love their
right.
hair. Dudes love their hair, and
Yeah,
you could maybe have the conversation of that dudes probably love their hair more than women. Like to some dudes, the hair conversation is a very sensitive conversation, much like the weight conversation is to like women.
right.
And yeah, like some dude, we
I
got
don't
a
know if
guy.
it's so much the. I think because a lot of us are obviously more susceptible to losing our hair. I think most guys are like, "Yo, as long as I have some," like they're looking at the guy that is balding, they're like, "Oh, I'm not that dude." And there
Yeah,
are okay, the ones that like I'm just like, bro, like just embrace it. Are the dudes that like the George Costanzas, the ones that have like the sides.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
I'm like, bro, just embrace it. Come on, dude. Like just you know, yeah. If
yeah.
that happens to me like anytime soon, I'm like, you know what? Cause
Yeah,
I'm be like you.
I've
Every 3
I've met
days, I'm gonna be like,
I've met your dad. You're gonna be fine.
yeah.
You're gonna be
I
fine.
hope so, but I don't know. I don't know how the genetics work because like my mom never met her dad, so I don't know what that side of the family's like. But I'm at 29. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling
You're
pretty
you're
pretty
fine.
solid. Because I had some friends that were like 23, 24, and like that hairline is already like it's LeBroning, and I was like, oh, dude, you're gonna be rough in a couple years.
Yeah.
So
The tough ones are like me, for example. I'm not losing my hair. Like if you look at my hairline is solid.
right,
I don't even have like a receding hairline. I just have really thin hair.
yeah. I remember like when it would grow out, like you could still see like just
So
mostly scalp, even when it was growing out. Like it's very
people have
thin.
always thought I've been losing my hair, and it's
Yeah,
like no. I have and because then when if I go like a week without shaving and it's like coming out and it looks
right.
like yours, people are like, wait a minute, you have hair. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, this is never about not having hair. This is about me being a light-skinned guy who has really thin hair. That's the difference. That's why I'm shaving, not because
yeah,
I, you know, I don't have hair. But yeah, dude, like hair for dudes, man, is it's a real thing. Seeing it with
yeah, bro. Like the whole barber thing too. Like just the relationship with the barber. Some guys are
yeah. I went
like
to
they'll be super loosey goosey with other stuff in life, but the barber, I'm like, dude, really? Like, come on, it's
I know they'll cheat on their girl before they cheat on their barber.
yeah.
You're like, come on.
Or if they do, they feel genuinely bad, and it's like,
Oh
you
man.
got kids to take care of too. Come on, man. Like, focus on that, dude.
Yeah. It's funny because I took my little brother started school last week and I took him to get his hair cut. And we show up and there's like three dudes. And I'm like, dude, there's two seats available. And he's like, no, I'm waiting for this guy.
Oh well, yeah.
We're there like an hour just waiting for him,
Right.
you know. And then as we're waiting, he's like, actually, like my guy isn't even here. So I'm just going with the second best choice.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like
No,
just
I've
get.
seen that. I've done that a few times too. If there's like, because I've also been there was a shop that I used to go to, and there were two or three dudes that I would trust with my hair, and
Mm,
then there were some that I didn't, where I went to them
yeah,
and the cut didn't go well. And when I go back, I'm like, you know what? I'll wait for like one of these two guys to open up first. But as
yeah,
far as like waiting for the one, I'm like, you know. But I like because I always give a barber like a fair shot where it's like, all right, dude, if you can do it, like let's try you out. But yeah, there have been a few where I'm like, you kind of messed it up really bad. Where like yeah, I'll wait for like one of these guys to get to me,
yeah.
you know. But I go like to a private like a dude like he does it at his house. He has like a little shop in his house.
Mm,
So I just be like, hey, dude, like, when can you get me in for a cut? And then go to his pad and,
right.
no having to wait for anything. So it's pretty nice.
Yeah, yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Um, I had sent you a text and I told you I wanted to do um movie plots, ridiculous movie plots.
Yeah.
Um, because I saw I saw this meme and it was of Homelander, the dude from that,
The boys, right?
and he has like the best like serious face, like if something tragic's happening to him, like his face is like perfect for that because
Right.
he's just has that look.
They make so many memes out of that guy. There's like, is it the one where he's like in the theater and he's just kind of like,
No, so I saw there was another one we had the same expression though. Um, but the theater one is that one. Every time I see that one, I'm like, bro, that's me watching the Niners lose three Super Bowls in my life. Like
yeah, like, yeah, that's
that's
what you're
just
just
me.
there, like,
Like it's just happening. I can't do anything about it. But I saw this meme and it was his face and it was like the look. When you're an orphan and you realize the family picked the rat over you.
oh, for Stuart Little. Yeah. You're just like,
And I
bro,
could I couldn't stop laughing because just the thought process of um just putting yourself in that position, you're an orphan, you're a little kid, this family's coming and like, I don't know how it works, but say you find out like, oh man, this family has money, so if they get you, like your life
you're
is gonna be
sad.
so much
Yeah.
better. And you go through the process, you can shower, you're polite, and at the end it's like, who did they pick? A rat.
Oh, Stewart. Yeah. So, you know what?
It's
Like,
like wh- what? Like like what? So it came from that. But before I do that, I forgot it. Did you see any of the Tua stuff and Brian Flores?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, man.
Because
Like,
I want to
it's
ask you about that because you played high school football
right.
and so let me get all the comedy out first because the situation itself to me is funny, but not in a like joking way, but in a this is like ridiculous. Like
No, yeah. Yeah.
the thought of Brian Flores walking into the facilities every day and just look, running into Tua or bumping into him, or he looks and he sees Tua, like, man, that guy sucks, man. And
Yeah.
just, like, the constant berating, I'm like, dude,
Just teeing off on him. You know what? Hey, you're not a good fit for this team. Like, what?
I was just like the constant, like the way Tua made it seem like it was like he was berating him, like every single time he saw him. It was like the Kramer, no, it was like the Jerry and Newman thing. Like just every
Yeah,
time
just like,
you could
yeah.
run into him, Jerry and Newman could into each other 10 times a day, and every time it was gonna be Newman, like every time. And so that's what it reminded me of that. So that's
Yeah.
like the funny part. But this brought out like a lot of conversation on coaching, tough coaching.
Right.
You got players who were saying some coaches are straight up jerks. You got
Right.
coach, and then Tom Brady, who like came out, and Brady's like, if we're gonna get this Brady in the booth, I'm excited because he like lit up Tua without like saying his name because he was just kind of like, yeah, coach is supposed to light you up, and if you're not good enough, if he sees you're not good enough, you're probably not good enough, and if you're not able to take it, then you're probably not good enough to be a winner. It was like along those lines.
Right. Right.
Damn, like, and obviously there's like some Patriot connection, so Brian Flores is probably, they're probably
Right.
friendly with Brady, the whole thing. Belichick came out and he kind of had like Brian Flores' back. Where do you land on all this?
I think I forgot which player it was, but some of them were talking about this, and they were saying tough coaching is good. Like it's needed for sure, right? Like that is, but you got to understand the players. You got to understand the guys that you're talking to and in what way, because some guys just do respond differently to certain things. Um, and so on Tua's end, I totally see where it's like, bro, if someone tells you like every day that you suck, and it's like it wears you down, and it reminds me of like like the conversation that Canelo had with David Feitelson, like in person, where
Mhm.
he was like, "Does it bother you when people like criticize you?" And he was like, "For the most part, no, but dude, like I'm human, so like every now and then, like it's annoying, you know." So, but I had two different offensive line coaches in high school for varsity ball. Um, and junior year, that was my first year of varsity, and so I moved up. And man, this coach, like I just didn't like the dude. I was like, bro, this guy like gets on my case. And the head coach at one point, I wasn't having fun. Like I was just like, dude, I'm out there during Hell Week, like busting my ass, and the head coach comes up to me like early one morning before like two a days, and he's like, hey man, he's like, are you like, you okay? And I was like, coach, like I was like, I'm all right, you know. And he's like, listen, man, I know, so and
Like
so,
crying.
like I know he's hard on you, but he told me. And this made the difference for me. The head, but he was like, but it's because we know you can be good. That's why he gets on your case. And I was like, okay. So hearing that from the head coach was like, all right, I'm not gonna take it personal with the direct offensive line coach.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that coach specifically, bro, it was like, if you didn't do something right, okay, cool. I didn't do it right. Show me how to do it right. When you did do it right, he would give you like oh, bro, it's about time you get it right. You finally got it, or like it was just there was no at all like no kind of praise. Which like if you're gonna like
he always had
bury me in the
Casey.
criticism, like if it's warranted, I get it. But if I do something good, it's like, bro, like you gotta tell me if I'm doing something good too, you
But
know?
we
And
always
like
had you chasing the carrot, pretty much.
yeah, it was always just like if you got it right, it's like it's about time you got it right. You should have
Yeah,
gotten it right. It
yeah.
was like, bro, you know. And so, and I got playing time. Like I played, I would rotate in on offense and then on defense too. I got some playing time. Um, the senior year, we switched offenses. We got a new offensive coordinator that was our offensive line coach. So we ran the power I junior
Mm,
year. From freshman year until junior, we did the power I, right?
yeah.
Senior, we switched to the wing T, which if you're familiar with the wing T is designed for teams that don't have big offensive linemen, and you create misdirection. It's a you run the ball a lot, right? Misdirection, a lot of down blocking. So down block is like if I'm the left tackle, right? If there's a defensive tackle to my right in front of the guard, I'm attacking him directly like on his close shoulder with my closest shoulder. So I have like the leverage as opposed to like me having to get his outside shoulder,
Mhm.
which for me I love because like we were not very big. I was like one of the biggest guys on the team.
Yeah.
So, but this new coach, um, dude, he was dope, and he was also like all about the hard work, and he would get on your case, but he like he took a different approach. He understood us. He like leveled with us, and it made all the difference where like I wanted to play for that dude, you know?
Mm.
And so, and there were times where like if he would slack off, he'd be like, all right, I'm going to run you guys ragged if you guys are going to give me 110%. But when you did get stuff right, he was like, good, I need more of that. Good, keep it going. Show the other guys how to, so it was positive reinforcement. And so, and I still keep in touch with that coach like to this day,
Yeah.
super cool dude. So I see it when it wears on you because with the first coach, I was just like, at one point, I was considering not playing football. Like, I was like, dude, this is not, I don't want to spend my summers out here just, and I was even telling dudes, I was like, bro, after this season, I was like, I just, but we switched offenses, got a new coordinator, and that guy happened to be our offensive line coach. He would also treat us to, he would tell us if we got over a certain amount of rushing yards for the offense, he'd buy us breakfast burritos on Saturday mornings after games.
Mm.
So it was, yeah, he was just super cool and great with communication. Like whenever we would get on the field after the first series and we'd come off the field, um, he would always ask us, he's like, what do you guys see? Does the defense match up with what we saw on film? What are they doing? What are they not doing? What's working? What isn't? Are you guys doing good? Blah, blah, blah. So whereas the other guy, like it felt like very much like a like business or professional relationship.
Yeah.
Whereas with the second guy, I was like, bro, this is my coach. Like this is the dude. We're going to war for him. And so yeah. So I like you got to know the players. You got to know how they respond to certain things. Because also, like, I mean, if two just sucks that bad, then it's like, bro, I mean, you couldn't find. I don't know. Was a second string guy just also not all that good either? Like, So, yeah.
So it does sound though like you need almost like a like good cop bad cop.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't necessarily sound like you need because
You can't have all good either. Because if you do all good, then it's like no
well
one's gonna get
because
better,
Nick Saban, Bill Belichick, like
Right.
are two of the most successful and arguably two of the greatest football coaches of all time. And by no means would you call Bill Belichick and Nick Saban a player's coach. By no means.
Right.
But yet they were able to get guys to buy in and go all out for them, even though they knew these guys were replaceable in their
Hmm.
eyes. So I think there is there is a segment, there is a mode of where everybody else has to do that. So like if like the first example, the first coach, he was super like tough, super tough, and the balance there was the head coach,
Right. Yeah.
and it's almost like you need both because with the
Yeah.
Tua thing, I was like, okay, but like, how did you do under Nick Saban? Like I don't like that was my first question that I had, and also I don't know, like, were you expecting nothing but flowers?
Well, with Nick, I don't know. Did he do all 4 years like at Alabama? I don't know for a fact, but it does lessen the blows if a coach is like hard on you guys if you guys are winning.
Mm.
And with
Yeah.
the Patriots, I can see that. With Bryant, I mean, who knows if he would have won eventually? That doesn't seem like it. But it's like with the past too, like you'll see like guys talk about like the star players who were also like the hardest working guys on the team. So those guys buy in, and you're going to be winning games. So
Yeah.
that does because I've also talked to other guys that played at other schools just in the area, and they're like, bro, like it gets harder to just go out to practice when like you're losing every game, and like like practice sucks. Like it's like it's. I mean, obviously it's not fun to lose too, but it's like it's just it makes it harder. So I can imagine like with the Dolphins, you're not winning games. Coach is telling you you suck, and you're like, dang, bro, coach, shouldn't you be building us up to like So it's like if there's no payoff, then it just kind of seems like it's just all bad. And granted, sure, we don't know if there were other coaches that like stuck up for two or whatever, but there's also that scene like Remember the Titans, like Petey and Denzel's character, where it's
Yeah.
just like, dude, I just don't respond well to this kind of coaching. And then Coach O's like, you know what? I need you to do this, this, and this. And he's like, okay, I could do that. Cool.
But then he turns his back on him too.
You know.
Yeah, it's a bad example because your boy Petey was soft.
Hey, but Petey wasn't putting the team out to roast like Ryan Gosling, bro. Come on, Ryan Gosling was a liability. Come on, that corner.
He was a great teammate, though. He was a great
Slower than
teammate.
molasses. Slower than molasses out there, bro. He's getting beat like he stole something.
He was a great teammate. He was a great teammate. Um, yeah, I think that whole conversation brings out a different type of different types of views because having coached, I think it's not always easy to
Yeah.
kind of be understanding because the players get everything. Players get all the credit and they get none of the blame. And you see it from the standpoint of like the Jason Tatum thing, the Olympics,
Hmm.
where everybody's killing Steve Kerr for not playing him, but nobody really wants to talk about why he wasn't playing him. And the fact that Jason Tatum wasn't hitting threes. Jason Tatum was passing up open shots. And this team that Steve Kerr had assembled was built to make quick decisions. You get the ball, you're either going to shoot or pass, but do it and do it fast. And
Hmm.
Jason Tatum wasn't playing like that in none of the games leading up to the Olympics. And so he himself took himself out of playing in that rotation. But everyone came to the rescue of Tatum without the understanding that, well, this is what the coach is doing. So I think coaching can sometimes get the short end of the stick. And so I think it's why like I side with coaches more often than I do with players. Because of that, because I think there comes a moment where if the players are going to get all the glory, then they should take on the accountability. And I think with Tua, his first two seasons, he wasn't that good. And did Brian Flores, was he too mean? I don't know, maybe, but Tua was also probably used to getting the superstar treatment since he was in high school. And he was probably used to being the best player on the field. And he was probably used to being treated like the starting quarterback. And he gets to the NFL, and Brian Flores is coming from New England. He's in with Tom Brady. And I think, in a sense, Brady ruins everyone for everyone.
Right.
Like, because I think if you're Belichick, for example, everyone that's not Brady is going to drive you insane.
Right.
And I think it's the same thing with those coaches, because you go from playing with coaching Tom Brady to then coaching someone who's not Brady, and it's going to drive you insane because Brady was almost the unfair person to everyone, because not only he was drafted 199, but he worked like it even when he was the super duper star. And I think that's also the gift and the curse of Tom Brady. And listening to everything, I was like, I don't know, man. I feel like I feel there's more to that, Tua. I don't think it was a this personal attack on you specifically. Uh, I just in the NFL, the truth of the matter is you go as far as your quarterback takes you, and that's the truth. That's it's why the Patriots have 6 Super Bowls with Tom Brady and 0 without him. The truth. It's why the Chiefs are favorites to win the three-peat because of Patrick Mahomes. And that's the truth. That's where we're at. Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowls because he was for about like 6 weeks, he became the best quarterback in football. And that's why he has 2 Super Bowls. So I think that's just the reality of the game. And I think more has to be put on on the quarterback because that's the big money position. And so I don't know. I think Brian Flores is a I don't think he's a good coach. And
That's the main thing, though. There has to be a method to the madness. Like there has to be like if Brian Flores were to go off and like rattle off some amazing season somewhere, then it's like then we'll know. Like it's like when Brady left, and it's like it became apparent. Brady, it's like dang, too. Maybe you actually just did suck, you know. But if Flores doesn't do much, then it's like you know.
yeah, but sometimes I think it gets hard to it sometimes you need that coach though to get you to realize that. Like Mike Singletary with the 49ers. He takes over the 49ers and we absolutely suck. Vernon Davis was like the superstar and Mike Singletary is like no nonsense, like super strict type of guy. And Vernon Davis during one of the games he famously just like wasn't giving enough effort. I don't want to say he quit, but um, that's what Singletary accused him of. And Singletary kicked him out of the bench. He sent him to the locker room. And then he has this like crazy speech of like how he like dropped his pants and pretty much like showed his his testicles. And he says, I can't win with him. And Mike Singletary was never a phenomenal coach with the Niners, never had a winning record with the Niners. But that experience, and Vernon Davis has talked about it, that experience is what allowed him to turn his career around. So I think even if the guy isn't successful, even if the guy doesn't go on to do um, great things, there is still that benefit, that the hardening that happens because now you're able to take it. Now you're able to kind of go through those things and you have a built-in toughness about you that these things won't break you. Um, and it if I was Tua, I wouldn't have said anything because that whole thing just made him look super super weak for me specifically. It just made him look like yeah, like he was soft. Because why wait 3 years after he's long gone? Like why not up right then and there just come out? Oh,
Well,
and
I mean,
what?
they asked them. They asked them, so like he could pull the whole like, oh, I don't want to talk about it, and then it's like, oh, what did happen? Something did happen, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but I mean, he's a train. I mean, these guys are trained PR. How was it, Brian Flores? Well, Coach Flores is a good coach. Enjoyed my time with him. Wishing them the best. Boom, keep it moving. We had our relationship was good. We had a good relationship. But to do this whole thing on how like to me, I was like, come on, bro, like suck it up, like come on. And yeah, But coaching is needed, and I think specifically in football, I think sometimes you need to be tough. You need to be cutthroat because the game is tough. And
Yeah, but not every play is the same, bro. I mean, there's like the whole like Phil Jackson and like Rodman thing, where it's like he just let Rodman do like most of what he wanted, you know? Like, did you hear that thing that Steve Kerr said where he's like, bro, Phil had us go and like party with Dennis Rodman because he was just in a funk. So it's like every player is different, man. Because if you would have tried that whole like no nonsense thing with like someone like Dennis Rodman, like, bro, he'll just leave. Like he just died because he's so crazy. It's just like, well, what do you do with a guy like that?
but you see, basketball and football are two different worlds, though. Two different worlds because the roster is so much bigger, and so that's where like that can even be used because it's so different. Because we've seen Alden Smith. Alden Smith was one of the best, probably the best D end I've ever seen wear a 49er uniform, better than Nick Bosa. But he was a head case and he couldn't get out of his own way. And there's a reason why he is out of the league now. Where if Alden Smith was a basketball player, he'd still be on an NBA roster because the rosters are smaller, so therefore the impact of a guy is a lot bigger. Like James Harden. James Harden has quit on 3 basketball teams. Like quit. And the Clippers just gave him a boatload of money because it's still James Harden. And his production is still enough for you to be like, well, I mean, he's a nut job, but we still gotta pay him. If he was an NFL player, no chance.
I disagree. Coaching is still coaching. Players are players.
Yeah, but because you even had Chad Johnson say it. Chad Johnson has came out and said the reason why he was in the league because of him. So I think that in football is a different. Football is very different than basketball from that standpoint because you're able to survive in basketball if a guy's like a complete like psychopath, and in football is a lot tougher because the impact is less unless you're a quarterback. Or you have to be all world. You have to be like Aaron Donald, probably, or LT.
Let's say, yeah, I mean, LT was like coked up playing, dude. You know?
I know, but LT was like one of one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so that's what I mean. Like in football, like you have to be so outrageously ridiculous that you become like impossible to not play. And most of these guys are not that. They're special, but they're not special.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to rationalize. Like, if I'm a coach, it's like, dude, like, is this guy more likely to play better if I just like crap on him the whole time? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, if I were to go out and coach, like, you got to find somewhere. You got to find, like I said, you got to know the players. You got to understand the mentality. And so that to me is just like if was to his thing is true, where it's like, bro, it was all just like constant, and it's like, oh, dude, like, because I wouldn't want to play for someone like that. It would at the very least it would be hard. Where it's like, dude, this is just miserable, you know?
But what if that's the only way you're able to yell at somebody else?
What do you mean, like to like
Like,
other players that do respond in that way? Like,
yeah, because you've heard this from like the Belichick thing, where because he was able to yell at Brady and because Brady took it, he like everybody else was open game. And what if that's what that was? What if like part of that leadership is the understanding like you got to take it?
well,
Can
it's
you?
like you said with LT, Brady's one of one, dude. You know?
No, but coaching is coaching.
But Brady is an impossible standard.
No, but not from that standpoint, not from being
If
coached.
you're Brian Flores and you go and see Brady, you're like, do you like? You even said it. You're like, do it. Dang, should I really expect Tom Brady from Tua? And it's like, oh man, like that.
No, but this is a very specific, not even playing. This is just Tua's been playing football his whole life. I can't imagine he's never been yelled at on the football field. So if I'm saying just from the coach to player relationship, you must be able to be coached. You must be
No,
able.
100%, 100%. But like I said, every coach has a different philosophy. Before I met that coach my junior year, I had coaches that were hard on me,
Yeah,
but they were coaches that knew how to get to me to do my job right.
yeah.
It varies from coach to coach. There were coaches that I didn't like. There were coaches that I liked more.
Mhm.
There were some coaches that I didn't like before that got some good stuff out of me. You know what I mean? So it's like it varies. So that's why I'm saying it's not surprising that he gets to Brian Flores, and Brian Flores is probably different than most of the coaches he's come across. You know,
You think it was different than Nick Saban? Because that's the part that
Nick Saban had the
he's
I don't
Nick
want to say
Saban.
luxury because they were winning, but it's
But he's Nick
like I
Saban.
said, when they win, he'll give you like bro, you won national championships, so it's like you see the end result where it pays off. So if you're
And
on a losing team and it's all
he's
bad,
Nick
then it's
Saban.
like, bro, what do I have to look forward to? There's no,
Right.
and if you're going to Alabama at that time when two is going, you've seen previous classes win rings, demolish teams. So you're like, bro, oh, we're gonna get this work, but it's gonna be worth it. And with Brian, who was the coach before? Was it Adam Gacy or the?
Yeah, but Tua wasn't there for that. Tua
I know,
was
but you'll see. You're like, oh, dude, I'm going to this team where like they don't already win. They got a new coach. All right, let's see what this is about.
right.
We're losing. Coach is like treating us all like crap, and bro. And then Mike McDaniel's comes on. It's like, hey, bro, like let's make this work. You know what? I'm like, I believe in you. That makes a world of difference, bro.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
I wish you would start with the coach when there was like the whole like 10 hack thing, because over there you were like, oh, bro, like oh, but that's different. It's different.
It is different. Because you're trying to compare sports that are completely different than football. Soccer is a very so what Ten Hag did, he alienated players, and I think that's the difference. I don't think Brian Flores alienated to he was just super super tough on him. Um what Ten Hag did was alienate, and I think that's different. And Ten Hag came also into the arguably the most prestigious brand in English soccer. The Dolphins are not that. So I think there's all these variables into what Ten Hag did that's different than this because the Dolphins are not Manchester United of football. They're not. And and that's the difference. It'd be like if I don't know, like
Someone coming to coach the Lakers.
no, because it has to be football. It has to be um it'd be like if you got Lincoln Riley, who was successful in
College football.
college football. He never won anything like a national championship, but he's won bowl games or whatever. And um he gets the job to coach the Cowboys. And in this weird timeline, Troy Aikman comes back or Emmett Smith comes back, and it's like the final hurrah. and he like alienates Emmett Smith. It'd be that. It'd be like this weird, like what the hell are you doing? Like this is a club legend, the club legend, and you are completely alienating him. And it'd be like if they got um I don't know, CD Lamb and alienates him, and all of a sudden he not only are you alienating your legend, you're alienating your future star. So the Ten Hag thing was so different that first season because it was such a power move where in soccer you're able to do that if you have that juice. Like Pep Ariola with Manchester City, he's able to do that. Like he did that, um, and it's well known. Like him and Slatan hate each other because when Slatan was in Barcelona and Pep was in Barcelona, Pep alienated Slatan. And Slatan had the famous quote of you don't bring in a I think he said a Lamborghini or a Ferrari and drive it like a Fiat. And after that, Pep never played him again and didn't talk to him, didn't like and so that's but he's able to do that because he has the juice to do that. Ten Hag didn't have the juice to do that. Um and so it's different. It's a different story because with Brian Flores, you get this brand new coach who's coming from this very specific system, and systems travel. That's how this works. He learned everything he knew from New England because in Minnesota he's doing the same thing. He's coaching tough. Everything coming out of Minnesota is how tough he is. So it's not like he's changed. This is who he is, and I don't know. To me, Tua is the guy who was like, yeah, that guy was just mean to me. And you're like, all right, okay.
I don't know, man. From what you're telling me, from when I pick it up about the Ten Hag thing and the soccer thing, is the bottom line. The coach's mentality it affects the players. It affects how they do. So when I hear you mention the guy with Latan, it's like that guy thought he had the juice.
Who? Pep? No, no.
Yeah.
Pep had the juice.
Oh, but you said Ten Hag thought he had the juice, but he didn't have the juice.
Ten Hag, no, no. Ten Hag shows up and Ten Hag says, I'm gonna make these people feel me. And it's like, okay, but you kind of have to earn yourself here. Like if you're
How
doing
is that
that,
different from what Brian Flores did with the Dolphins, coming from the
the
Belichick?
Dolphins are not a
Like,
premier team. The Dolphins, you could
no,
take
I know, but I'm
away.
saying from the standpoint of he came from like Belichick school, where it's like, all right, I'm gonna do things, I'm gonna rule with an iron fist,
Mhm.
and it's like, well, bro, if you're coming in the NFL and right now Belichick is without a job, let's say you like next season he gets hired by the Falcons, right? And you're an incoming rookie, and you're going to the Falcons, you're thinking like, dang, bro, like this is versus some other guy that was like, a pencil pusher under Belichick. Like you could say Brian Flores thought he had the juice because of Bill Belichick in that system, but it's like Belichick like worked for a long time to get to that point and has the hardware to prove that like, yo, I did it this way, it works.
I know, but
And
the
we've seen
brand,
with other coaches that it doesn't work that come from
but
his
the
tree.
brand matters. Where you do it matters because Pep, for example, when he left Barcelona, he had proven himself. He has the juice and has had the juice everywhere he's gone. He went to Bayern, ruled with an iron fist in Bayern, no problem. He's Pep. He went to Manchester City, he's ruled with an iron fist in Manchester City. He's driven out club legends, no problem. He has the juice. If Bill Belichick gets hired by the Cowboys and he shows up and he says, you know what, Dak, no good. No one's gonna bat an eye because like, well, it's Belichick. He has the juice. And that's the difference. Like you can't just show up. If Brian Flores, you see this with Gerard Mayo with the Patriots. The Patriots right now, because of the recent history, are a premier team. Gerard Mayo has come in not with an iron fist, but Gerard Mayo has come in understanding. I have to earn my juice. So everything Gerard Mayo has said has been a very like, oh, we just got to work together, work with.
Right, gonna do the best we can, all that stuff, and
Yeah, 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 yeah. But if you listen to like what Raheem Morris is saying in Atlanta, it's work. We got to be tougher. We got to instill toughness. They traded for your boy, um, the dude from the Patriots that just got traded to the Falcons.
oh,
Um,
Judon,
Judon. Traded for
yeah,
Judon Smith. They signed Simmons as their safety, and Raheem Moore is like, we need toughness. We need to get tougher. This team needs to be tougher. We weren't tough enough last year. But he can say that because the Falcons. People are like, yeah, whatever, Falcons doesn't matter. So where you go matters. The juice matters where you're at. And Brian Flores took over the Dolphins, who have no juice, have no like they're still living off of the 72 undefeated team.
yeah. Don Shula,
Like they're
Don
just
Shula's out
living
there
off,
with the champagne. He's popping bottles like every year. He's like, oh, no one beat us this year. No one got a
yeah,
record.
so that's what I mean. I think there's a difference. Ten Hag comes into a premier team and instead of earning it, because end of last season earned it a little bit. And I even was like, you know what, Ten Hag, and you heard me towards the end of
No,
the year.
yeah.
What did I say towards the end of the year? I'd keep Ten Hag. I'd keep Ten Hag one more year. Because I think Ten Hag can turn it around. So there's a difference, like where you come in, because and it's JJ Redick takes over the Laker job, and he's on ice. We're gonna work together, because it's the Lakers. If he would have taken over, like there was rumors he was gonna take the Charlotte job for like development.
Right.
He came in with an iron fist because it's like, dude, I'm JJ Redick. You guys are the crappy Hornets. Like,
Right.
it don't matter. So I think that's what I'm saying. Like there's a difference of where
No,
you
I get that. I think both of our points. I don't think they're binary. Like
no for
because
sure. Yeah.
there's so many moving variables. You
Yeah.
know, but I could see how someone like Brian coming from New England is like, oh, dude, I've seen how Bill does it, so let me go somewhere else and try it out. And it's like, bro, like in this case, it's like, bro, the Dolphins are not the Pats. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
You know what this actually Pep Ario. So I keep going back to soccer, but so Pep is the Manchester City coach.
mhm,
Pep Pep's number one assistant was for a long time is now the Arsenal coach. And everywhere Pep has gone, he's always had like his team. And Pep, much like Belichick, his tree is very like non-existent.
right,
Because what you end up learning is Pep is the system. And so what happens is these guys go and they like try it on their own and realize like, oh, I'm not Pep. So
yeah,
I can't yell at these guys because they try to it's a Pep impersonation. They go in there, they yell at guys, they do this, and guys are like, dude, like who the hell are you? Like, dude, I coach with Pep. Yeah, but you're not Pep. So the Arsenal guy, he was like different because he was actually like giving ideas. He was like saying game plan. So when he goes to Arsenal, he shows up and he's very respectful. But Arsenal immediately become a different team. And immediately you're like, wait a minute, this is different. They almost win the title last year, and this year they're one of the favorites.
one of the favorites.
And now this year he has like juice. And now you're starting to see that come out. Because what you're seeing is that Pep is the system, but this guy actually brought something to the table too. And what you and the whole Brian Flores thing is he's one of so many other coaches that has left Belichick.
Yeah,
Well, I was the defensive coordinator. We won the Super Bowl.
right.
Yeah, but it's Belichick's defense, not yours.
And it's and Belichick had a revolving door with like, bro, there were so many guys that came in and it's like, oh, dude.
Yeah, that's why to me, like the problem wasn't so much Flores, because we are like, yeah, dude, like we've been knowing you suck. We've been knowing you're not that
It's the
good.
way Tua went about it. That's what you don't
It's
like.
just to me, it was just like I think just from the leadership standpoint, like you're supposed to be the leader of this team. And even if it bugged you, it's cool if it bugged you. Like I hated the way this guy talked to me. But just like it just sounded like a very like, and he was mean to me. And you're like, why are you whining? Like just like, and if you want to like say it, don't. I just didn't like his delivery. I didn't like that. It was like, hey, he was just mean to me. And how would you feel if somebody every day were to tell you you suck? And you're like, I just there was a way for him to say it where it was like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Like me and him, yeah, like I'm not calling him anytime soon. That's for sure. He didn't think I was that good. I disagreed with him. I think I'm pretty good, and here I am. And he's in Minnesota. It is what. And I had he said something like that, I'd be like, yeah, that's. I mean, cool. Asante Samuel, like he's known for not liking Belichick, but Asante Samuel's not like, yeah, and he didn't like me and he cut me. He didn't want to pay me. Because I would be like, dude, shut up. Like, so I think it's the more so the delivery. It's
Yeah.
not so much like Brian Flores is a good coach. Like how dare it's like, dude, Brian Flores like because even Eliza was like, oh, like he's gonna win somewhere else. I'm like, yeah, doubt it. Because so that's to me that was my problem more so like what like shut up like just it happened like it was such a long time ago like it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, ridiculous movie plots. Let's have some fun. Um,
Oh,
so
wait,
I
how
think
many do you have? How many do you have?
I have like I could go up to 10. I don't have
Okay.
to.
Okay. I think I have like four, maybe. Like just just that
Yeah.
came to mind where I was like, oh, dude, that was stupid. And I was like, bro, why? Like,
So
So
you go first.
okay, this one, bro. We were okay. This was in high school. We were at a friend's house. I think we were on Netflix, maybe just scrolling,
Mhm.
and I think Aaron saw this movie with me. We were at a teammate's house, and we're like, bro, is this seriously a movie? Like, what is it about? We saw the description, and we're like, hey, bro, let's watch it just to see like what this could. But it was called Rubber. Called Rubber. Basically, the plot is that a tire, like a car tire, and this is live action. It just magically comes to life, like it starts rolling on its own.
No way.
And I'm telling you, this someone decided to make this, bro. This movie. The tire rolls around and has the ability to blow people up.
What?
I know, bro. That
What's
we
the name of
watched
the
this
movie?
whole thing. So it's like set like in the desert, like I want to say a desert town in like either California or like the Southwest. But the tires just rolling through town, and
Tire that kills?
it kills people, and it just goes around towns like
It's called
just
Rubber?
called Rubber. And bro, we watched it and we were like, no, yeah, that was stupid. Like it was like that with that one clip from the movie where it's like we're all stupider for having watched that movie. Like that did not help us in any way, shape, or form. And I don't feel like nothing. I don't feel inspired. Nothing. But yeah, Rubber. So we watched that and we were like, dang, it really was what we thought it was. And like we didn't let ourselves off the hook. I was like, that movie sucked, bro. Why did we watch that? So are you looking it up?
How does it blow people up?
It just it just like say you're in front of it, it just rolls up to you. And I want to say there was like a sound on the movie, and then you would just
Rhode
the
Island
person
yesterday.
just blows up. And it's like, why? How? Like, how did it come to life? It doesn't say a word. And I want to say there's like cops like looking for like a killer, but they don't know it's a tire. It's just it's absurd. Absurd.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so that was the first one that came to mind. I was like, bro, that was a waste of time. Like, why did we watch that? So, and if any listeners have seen this movie, I am so sorry. Like, bro,
That's insane.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy. Um, that's a good one. Uh,
Dude.
I want to give a special shout out to all like animal movies where the animal is like a star athlete.
Airbud. Airbud was on my list.
Um,
And
yeah,
I liked Airbud as a kid, but like as an adult, just taking the nostalgia out of it and looking at it, I'm just like, bro, that's so stupid. The dog has on shoulder pads. Like what? And then there are all the scenes where like you're watching from the dog's point of view, running through players, and like
right,
they are terrible at tackling, and it's like, bro, all the kids are just diving sideways
right, yeah,
and
yeah.
trying to get the dog. And I was like, bro, that's so dumb, dude.
Um, okay, the first one, Face Off. Have you seen Face Off?
I have not face off, face off.
Nicholas Cage and what's his name? John Travolta.
Oh, okay. Huh.
So John Travolta plays this like FBI agent person, and Nicholas Cage plays this terrorist, and they're trying to get there's a an attack planned on LA, and they're trying to get the information. So they capture Nicholas Cage, and the only one who knows the whereabouts of the bomb is Nicolas Cage's brother. So they have Nicolas Cage and they have him like they get him and he's unconscious. And they've tried to get to the brother's not giving out the information. So their solution to get the brother to talk to him is to replace the faces of the guys. No lie. No, no, no lie. So in the movie,
Like, like surgically take off their face and
yeah.
my gosh.
So in the movie, they hit John Travolta's face and they like laser it out, and then they take off.
The
Um,
brother's face.
yeah, they take out Nicolas Cage's face, and then they just swap it, but they don't tell anybody. And so they swap it, and then what's funny is there's a part where they're cutting the hair like without the face. They're like, wouldn't you do that like after the face off? Because you hair is gonna get like all over.
Right, right. Oh my
That
gosh.
doesn't make sense. Anyway, so they take it off and then they put it on, and it's like, oh, it works. So now John Travolta, the FBI person, is really his face is now the terrorist face, and terrorist is now the FBI face, but nobody knows. So John Travolta's character gets he goes to jail because he's trying to talk to the brother, get the information, blah, blah. John Travolta, who now looks like Nicolas Cage, goes to home. And so when he goes home, him and his family have this thing where they touch their face, like legit, like full face palm, like it's like they're
Like just face on face? Like they just like
no, 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 no,
oh,
no, no.
oh with their
Yeah, it's like he gets there and he just like this, like just
yeah, yeah,
but you're just rubbing just your whole palm on someone's face. Which, first of all, if that's how somebody greeted me, I'd be like, "What are you doing?" First of all,
yeah,
like, where has your hand been?
yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, no, you're never greeting me like that again. What? Two. So the wife is confused because like you look like the terrorist I'm seeing on TV, but you just did the special family thing, so you must be my
My,
husband.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then John Travolta. So then the terrorist shows up, who looks like her actual husband, and he says hi, but he doesn't do the face thing. So she's like, that's not my husband, which is like, oh, okay, cool. Like he didn't do it. So that's the movie. And so at the end, like obviously there's a fight, whatever, but that's the plot of the movie.
Oh my gosh, dude.
When I saw it, I'm like, this is so incredibly
Did someone okay, someone else chose that, right? Or was it on TV and like or like how far back was this? When did it come out?
97.
Oh gosh. Yeah, okay.
This was like I watched it with like my stepdad, and I was just like, is this for real? Like,
Bro.
okay.
I'm telling you, some of these you're like, bro, who signed off on this? Like
Yeah, like what studio was like,
who read that script and was like, oh, we need more of this. Hell yeah, bro. Like just yes, make that, please. Like
we
just
need more of
that's
this.
what I'm saying. It's like what like
The hell yeah, we need more.
oh oh. In music, there's like a running joke where
Oh
like
man.
say you're sound checking, right? You're like getting your levels and all that, or like there's the stage monitors, which is like the speakers on stage where like you say you play bass, but you want to hear more of like the keyboard player. You get the sound of the keyboard player coming out of your monitor, so you get your mix right. But there's this joke where like I'm assuming you probably know what feedback is, like that weird noise that just comes out when it's like, ah. So whenever that happens and you're sound checking, there's always one dude that's like, oh yeah, bro, I need more of that in my monitor because it's like it's just terrible noise, like it's just
Right.
pointless noise. But it's like that's what I think of with like movies. It's like, bro, like who read that, understood it, a script, and was like, yeah, we should make this. This will people will definitely line up to watch this. And I'm just like, I it's beyond me. I don't know who signs these off, bro.
Crazy.
So okay, I just thought of one
Okay.
that wasn't on my list before. And this one, like, you know, I think you like this movie, or I'm sure you've heard of it, but looking at the plot, I'm just kind of like, it's kind of cheesy. I'm like, you know, like, but The Water Boy with Adam Sandler,
Yes.
which like is super funny. But if you just look at the plot, it's like, bro, this dude's never played football in his life, and just because you tell him water sucks, or he thinks of people that have been mean to him, it's like he's all of a sudden a collegiate level, like top caliber, like linebacker, and it's like, and no one figures out how to block this guy. He doesn't look like he works out. Like it's just all rage. It's just all emotion, and I'm like, oh yeah, that would make perfect sense. Like just it's not there's people that like work their entire lives and work out endlessly to like be good at this game, but Bobby Boucher's out here just killing quarterbacks because they're talking about Gatorade. So
Yeah, and he's always has somebody that he like pictures.
right, and it's like all right, which good movie, it's classic, but it's like that's kind of silly.
Yeah. Um Mine is man, there's so many good ones. Snakes on a Plane.
Oh, I've never seen it, but I've heard of it. It's like is Samuel L. Jackson in that one,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And it's like this so Samuel Jackson is on the plane, and the mob puts like a bunch of snakes on the plane to try to like kill because he's going to there's a witness there, and they don't want the witness to go from Hawaii to LA to testify. So their way of killing it's almost an insult to like mobsters, uh, is by not killing him, not whacking the guy like we are so used to seeing in movies.
Right.
But it's like, you know what? Now we're just gonna jam pack the airplane with snakes, and Samuel Jackson's just gonna have to like fight them all off.
You have to deal with it. Just
So snakes on a plane, so dumb, so stupid.
Oh gosh. Snakes on a plane, bro. Okay, all right. This was another one that we stumbled across, and we're like, let's watch this. How bad could it be? And the plot isn't like Sure, I guess there are other horror movies that could like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But I reread the plot today because I saw it years ago, and I was like, no, yeah, that was a bad movie. I was like, dang. But it's called Clown, just Clown, right? The word clown. There's a
Okay.
dad who hired a clown for his son's birthday party. Last minute, the clown that he hired like bailed, couldn't do it, and he's
Okay.
going through his basement and he finds like a trunk, just that was already there. I guess I don't know. It's weird, but he looks in and there's a clown costume, and he's like, "Well, dang, I'm gonna pinch. I was gonna put this clown costume in the yard sale, but I'll put it on and I'll be the clown for my son's birthday party." So boom, does that. Um, and I guess he fell asleep with the clown costume on, and when he woke up and went to work the next day, the clown suit didn't come off, and so it ends up turning out that like he put on a wig, but the wig is now his hair, the nose is now his nose, all that kind of stuff. And
Mm.
there's a part where like he takes off the nose, but it's like a chunk of like his like real nose. And I was like, bro, this like what? Why? And then he finds a guy that was like a costume collector, and he's like, yo, it turns out that that clown costume that you found is actually the hair and skin of like an ancient demon from some like European country. And it's like if you put it on, like you can't take it off unless you eat like 5 kids. And I was like, bro, this is like insane. Who like sure, I have seen things like that where there's like relics of like, like ancient monsters and whatever, but I was like, bro, it's a clown costume. Like how bad.
Yeah.
And so we watched the whole thing and like he eats kids and stuff, and it was like super low budget. And it was like rubber. We finished the movie and I was like, wow, we really wasted like 90 minutes watching this dude try to eat kids in like a ball pit of like a Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I mean? And then the dog ate the nose that he took off, and the dog turned into like a clown dog kind of thing. And I was like, bro, this is bad. This is bad. So, Clown. Don't check it out. Don't check out Clown.
Yeah, none. Well, some of these movies check out, but this just
Right. Like Waterboy. Go watch Waterboy. If you haven't seen Waterboy,
okay.
you know,
I'm gonna hit you with one um classic. We like it. What's up?
dang, is this gonna hurt?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
Um Forrest Gump.
What? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
This
Yeah,
idea
I
of
wanna,
this mentally challenged guy becomes one of the most extraordinary dudes that's part of so much history, who then somehow is in love with this girl who like is a total like train wreck, but she like likes him enough to have a kid with him, but is constantly like running
just
away from.
playing him, just like
It's like, like, come on, like what? And he's part of every monumental moment in like American history up until like whatever time.
whenever the movie ends for him, like just yeah, like
And you're just like, really? Like this is like, come on, like what are we doing?
bro. Oh man,
Such
I
a
love Forrest Gump, dude. I know what you mean though. Like when I saw the movie as a kid, and it's still a great movie, right? But it's just you're like, oh yeah, he's going through life, like he's doing his thing. But then you grow up and you're like, bro, you're implying that this dude taught Elvis his dance moves. Like Elvis is there, and I didn't realize that Elvis is in the movie until the beginning of the movie when I was like, oh crap, he stayed at his house, whatever. Then he played football for Alabama with Bear Bryant,
right.
fought in Vietnam,
Hmm.
won like medals and stuff, because he saved people. There's the whole like Bubba Gump Shrimp Company.
Yeah.
He invests in Apple. He helped catch Nixon, like the whole Watergate
Oh,
scandal.
right.
You
Yeah.
know, like it's like, dang, this dude's everywhere, bro. This guy's like just he's like you said, he's there when they integrated schools, you know, like with like black people, whatever. Like he's there for all of it, and it's like,
Wow.
dude, runs across America. No, yeah, I hear you, I get you.
It was just like ridiculous. It was just
Yeah, dang.
what else?
Okay, I never finished this one, but as a kid, I saw it. One, I should not have been watching this movie at that time because it's
Uh-huh.
pretty inappropriate. But from what I remember, it's Dude, Where's My Car? Like Ashton Kutcher. Have you seen that one or heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they wake up and they don't know what the car is, and they're like, you know, but yeah, I remember I have vivid memories of that movie as a kid, and I was just like, bro, what is going on? What are we watching? And then I like reread the plot and I was just like, oh no, yeah, that was like every bit as crazy as I remember as a kid when I tried to watch it, and I was like, I don't even know what I'm watching. But yeah, that one I was like, and well, okay, with the comedy, it's like I get it. Like you pull some of this off, right? You know,
So,
the face off one, that one's alarming because that was not a comedy, right? That was just like
I just you should watch it just so that like you could tell me
for the
it's
context, like just like no, yeah, like
yeah, just because when I was saying it, your face was like, huh?
well, because when the plot started, it was like, okay, this makes sense. Yeah, like the whole like internet terrorist, like, oh, we're looking for someone. I was on board. I was like, oh yeah, good. I was like, dang, when is this movie gonna start sucking? And they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, they just swapped faces because that's surgically possible. And I was like, oh, that's just stupid. Like that's not how that works. That's like,
And we're not doctors, and we're like, yeah, we're pretty sure you can't
bro,
just can't do that. Okay,
oh my
next one.
gosh,
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I like this movie, the old one, the old school one.
nice.
But the idea that this like random recluse of a man who has this like giant chocolate factory in the middle of nowhere, or the middle of the city, not even in the middle of nowhere, the middle of the
Right.
city. No one's ever seen him. They just know like chocolate comes out of that factory and it's like the best chocolate ever. And he says 5 golden tickets and
You can come check out the factory.
they'll come check it out. And in the movie, like there's 5 kids and it's like 4 of them die, I guess. Or they disappear. We don't know what happens to them. Just like they're gone.
Oh,
You get this the like main little kid, his family
Charlie.
is like dirt poor, like ridiculously poor. He gets the golden ticket, and all of a sudden, like there's like four grandparents, and all of a sudden, like his grandpa Joe is able to like get up and
Can
dance
walk after not
around.
having walked and
And
worked
it's
for
like,
years.
dude, you
Like
are cool with like your family just like living in like ridiculous poverty, huh?
in despair. Yeah.
But like you hear that you can go to a chocolate factory and all of a sudden you're like your legs work fine. Like, okay.
Like he visited a televangelist. He's like, oh, bro, I'm healed. I can walk now. Like, he called Benny Hinn. He's like, hey, Benny, where you at? Come help me out. My kid got a ticket, bro.
Benny Benny Hinn showed up with without his coat, like waving it
Oh,
around, and Grandpa Joe's just like, "Oh, this is all I needed."
bro.
That's good. That's funny. And at the end, this guy's like, "Yeah, I'm kind of done. I'm retired." And then somehow there's like these like little people that are orange that just
Oompa
like
Loompas.
do
Yeah.
magical things. And it ends with him being like, "Yep, this chocolate factory is yours now." And it's like the kid doesn't know anything about chocolate. Like what? Like how does that? Like what do you
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
Ridiculous movie. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Bro, the Johnny Depp one like adds even more absurdity. Like there's a whole plot how like have you seen it? Have you seen the Johnny Depp one? With like the Oompa Loompas are from some like fictional country and
Yeah.
like there's oh they're in jungles. I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Right.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I brought them all over here just to work in the factory, like, all right.
Yeah.
But dang, no, that's a good one, yeah. Dang, okay. The you talking about the grandpa, like it also reminds me of like Jenny and Forrest Gump, how it's like because I saw a tweet about it where they're like, bro, she's the villain in the movie. Like she's the one, but it's like just how the grandpa magically was able to walk once Charlie got the ticket to go to the factory. It's like, oh, Jenny just so happens to call up Forrest to tell him about their son after he's like has the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company and invested in Apple. And it's, oh yeah, this is your son, by the way. And like, we can get married now. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, dang, when you put it that way. But let's see.
What else you got?
I don't know if this one's like ridiculous, but and I get it because we've all been kids and had like these kinds of thoughts about like a neighbor or like a certain yard. But the Sandlot, the whole beast concept, how they're terrified and they think it's like a monster in the backyard
Oh, yeah.
and it's a dog, which like again, like we love this movie, great movie, classic movie. But the whole like the way they build up like the mythos of the beast in their minds,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, it ate a couple kids and blah blah. And you're just like, bro, it's a dog. Like, you know, just hop the fence, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Or, so like, can you go knock on the guy's door?
Right, yeah, go knock it. And he's like, you could have just knocked. I would have gotten the ball for you. And they're all beating up squints, like, but
And it's like that. And then the guy, like, how do you not hear any of this? Like,
right. There's like the explosion of like the treehouse and like all the
he's like
like the
complete.
rovers, the robotic
Yeah.
cars. The dog has to be barking at some point, like insane amounts. Like I guess I get annoyed here with like when my dog barks at like a dog outside, and I'm like, bro, that's a big dog you have in the backyard. You'd think he'd get up and go check it out at some point, even if he is blind.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Okay. I'm gonna hit one that people love. White chicks.
oh yeah, I thought of this one.
It's like these two FBI guys that are failing. They're kind of like the losers of just the group. And it's like, yeah, we're just like we are fit, not buff, but fit black dudes. And we're just gonna put on like this,
Prosthetics, like
yeah,
just
prosthetics, and we're just gonna be these two white girls that we don't look nothing like, but we're just gonna pretend to be them, even though we're gonna look
like tall, strong, like just
yeah, like these like yeah, exactly. Like these Paris Hilton looking girls, and now you look like Paris Hilton like became like all muscle and gained
yeah, like just
30
jacked,
pounds. And it's like, yeah, that's cool. Like we'll believe it. Like, no problem. Like, come on.
bro. And okay, and it's it's the whole like Superman Clark Kent where it's like, bro, there's no way, and I'm a big Superman guy, but it's like there's no way that
Yeah.
passes as a costume, like as a disguise. And then it's like so you see like the dudes and they're like one, they're taller, like they're strong,
Right, exactly.
thick lips, and it's just like, bro, like just voices too, and it's like, bro, like that one though, like
Yeah.
special place in my heart watching it, and you're just like, oh, this is funny. All the jokes, like
What's with the Superman thing?
the Superman thing, it's the only like quote unquote like explanation is that it's all in the attitude and demeanor of the two characters. Aside from just like the the hair and the glasses and all that, but um there's that gosh, what's that the show with Urkel, right? Urkel, and there's that part where like he becomes like the hunky, like he breaks out of his thing and then no glasses and he's so. And in Superman, which Superman movie is it? Superman Returns. There's a scene where like for a brief moment Lois is like considering, wait a minute, like holy crap, and they're like, how tall would you say Clark is? And oh, maybe like 6'2", 6'3". And they're like, how tall is Superman again? 5'6'4". How much do you think he weighs? And they're both looking at Clark as he's Clark. And so they're so close to being like, oh my god, like he's Superman. But at that moment, Clark is like, I think he's eating like Chinese food,
Yeah.
and he drops like an egg roll like with his chopsticks, and he's like a goof. And they're just like, we're so stupid. We thought Clark was Superman, bro. That guy could not be Superman. Like he's just look at
Right.
him. He's just like a nerd. Like he's just. So it's all like the whole thing with Clark is like he like slouches and he's very shy and he's unassuming and he wears glasses and he's a little nerd, even though he's tall. So that's the whole like shtick where it's there's Superman as an individual,
I
like
know,
he's
but
just like
if you were to see someone like him in a suit, you'd be like, dude, that dude is jacked.
yeah,
Like he got like
yeah,
I think the crazy part too is that like Clark is like in love with Lois, right? That's her
yeah,
name?
yeah. Lois, yeah.
Lois. And he like it and she's like, no, friend zone, no, no,
But
no.
she's in love with Superman, and like
And I wonder if he's just ever like, I could crush you, like like you're floozy. That's what like it's ridiculous. It just
he
doesn't.
was gonna hit her with the low rascals, like you are the scum between my toes. Like if
Yeah,
I
like,
wanted to, like
bro, it's so yeah, it's
yeah.
ridiculous.
But yeah, that's the whole. It's like it's Clark's demeanor and Superman's demeanor, like, but it's like
Yeah, even though he's like super jacked.
and they look the same in the face. Like you would think, like just yeah.
Um, whose turn is it? Your turn?
It is my turn, but that was the end of my list. Those are the ones I thought of.
Okay. Um, let me see. I'll give you one more then.
Because I was gonna say Air Bud, but then you mentioned it. You know what? Off the table, all the animals, and I was like,
Um,
Air Bud.
yeah, where but like come on, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm just saying like that. That was a flaw on my list.
All right, all right. The werewolf one too.
Werewolf.
What is it like? Where the werewolf plays like basketball? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. With Michael J. Fox. Yeah.
Um, man, some of the sports ones are really good. Like Rookie of the Year.
Bro, like Mike.
Like, oh my God, like Mike, another one. Uh, I'm with this one. Weekend at Bernie's.
I don't think I've seen that. Weekend at Bernie's. Let me see.
So it's about these two guys. Their boss gets killed, and they want to like meet girls. So in an attempt to meet girls, they pretty much prop their boss to be alive the whole weekend. So they're holding him up, and so the whole time they're just like holding him, and you're like, "Oh, what's wrong with Bernie?" He's like, "Oh, just chilling, just quiet,"
Slow weekend for him.
and
He's
he's
just
like dead. And then like these dudes get sent to kill him, and it's like stupid, but people love it. Um, but yeah, there's so many. Fred Bueller's Day Off, another ridiculous movie.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'll finish with this one. Um, I need you to see this movie,
Okay.
and maybe next pod we can talk about it. Almost Famous.
Oh, you mentioned it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need you to see it, but it's a ridiculous plot too. This high school
Okay.
kid who like go he's able to graduate high school 2 years early, and so he's able to follow band around, and he's able to trick Rolling Stone to make him to believe that he's like a middle aged dude. And so they hire him without ever like seeing him, asking him ID. They don't ask for his social. It's just like, all right, cool. Like you sound
Right.
good up on the phone, so go do this story. And it's just like the 16-year-old kid just following around this band. It's an awesome movie, but the plot itself is like, come on.
You just reminded me of one, and as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, bro, it's a ridiculous plot in the manner of things you were just talking about. But the crazy part is that it's based on a true story, and you're like, holy crap, someone actually did this. But Catch Me If You Can,
Oh yes,
Leo
yeah,
DiCaprio,
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like, bro, this guy actually did fake a lot of these things. Granted, sure, there's some artistic liberty in like
Of course,
the
of
how
course.
extreme it got, but it's like, bro, he was able to pose as a co-pilot, a lawyer in some of these things,
Hmm.
and he wasn't even 18 until like later on. And it's like, hey, but the thing is though, like, dude, bro, some kids though, like, it's just like they just age, like some of us age at different rates, bro. It's insane. Like I
Yeah.
remember once I was picking up my sister from middle school, like seventh or eighth grade, and I saw this kid walking away from like the school, like full beard, like just, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, that kid's 12 or 13 tops. I'm like, or maybe gonna be 14. And I'm like, no way, bro. It's just
Right.
it's crazy. And then you do have some kids, like there were some kids that I went to school with, and like we're seniors, and it's like, you look like you're 12. Like there's no way you're 17 gonna be 18 years old. You drive already.
Mm.
It doesn't even look like you can reach the steering wheel. So, but yeah, that one threw me for a loop. To Catch Me If You Can, where it's like, oh, it's based on a true story. That guy was a real criminal
Yeah.
that faked some of these things, and I was like, well, dang, dude. So, but yeah. Nice, Almost Famous. I'm gonna check out Almost Famous and then Face Off, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Check those out, and we'll talk.
Nice,
We'll talk
nice.
about them. What's your final thought?
Final thought. I have one, and I don't know if I like dislike this. I just feel some type of way where I'm just like, bro, this is weird. Y'all gotta chill out with this. But and it's harmless, but at the same time, I'm just like, can you just let it go? Like, so ladies, sorry, I'm picking on the ladies.
Yeah.
When ladies on social media or just like at any like when they keep both the maiden name and the married name if they're married, and it just gets so confusing. It's like, bro, wait, what is your last name? I don't even know your last name, and it's like, and now I understand why my parents like they do this in Mexico, where like you keep the maiden name, and
Mm.
my parents have told me like, oh, bro, yeah, we get kind of sick of that. Like, it's like, I mean, yeah, like it's sure it's the way it is over there, but over here when we found out you didn't have to do that, it was just like, ah. Oh. So I'll be like, bro, I'll be like, someone will send like a friend request, like someone that I know that I met, and it's like, who is this? And I'm like, I don't know this person. And then I see the picture, and I'm like, oh, that's so and so. Like that, they're married to so and so, but it's like they kept the maiden name, and I'm like, it's just so confusing. Unless you're a doctor, like you're a female, you're a doctor, and you earned your doctorate as like, yeah, I'll let it slide. But it's like, bro, just stick to the one for now. Just change it. That's it. So
Like the
first world problems, first world pet peeve.
hyphenations and all that.
Yeah, dude, it's just like, let me simplify this.
So it's like when what? Like give me an example. Not like a real example, just but make up a name. Like you get Francisco and Patty get married.
Yeah, and then
Those last name is
Gonzalez, right?
yeah,
You know,
right,
and then
right.
later on, you're like, say you're talking to someone that knows them to like a mutual friend. They're like, oh, well, you know, Patty, like, you know, Gomez, and you're like, yeah, I don't know Patty Gomez, and you're just like, and then like say you go on Facebook or whatever, and it's like Patty Gomez, and then parentheses like Gonzalez, and it's like, bro, you married? Just
Pick
drop
one.
one from Facebook at least, like yeah, and it's like, come on, dude. I'll never forget. I had an art teacher in elementary school,
Yeah.
and I can't even remember like the name she had before, but she would go by Miss, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then I remember one day, like she came to class, and she was like, "Oh, it's not Miss this anymore. It's like Mrs. Allen or something." And I was just like, "Okay, cool." And as kids were like, "Why? Like why?" And, "Oh, I got married." Okay, cool. And we lived on happily ever after, and that was that. And she became Mrs. But some people are just like I said, unless you're dark, let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah.
That's tradition, yeah. And I get it. Sure, there's the whole the patriarchal, bro. Sorry, you married a guy whose last name is like Dinkelberg. I'm sorry, you're Joanne Dinkelberg now. It is what it is.
The
So
Dingleberg.
yeah, just did you ever watch Married with Children, like the Al Bundy? Like
Yeah.
there's the neighbor's name is Marcy, and then she marries like the new husband, and his last name is Darcy, so her name's becomes Marcy Darcy.
Yeah.
And it's like it sucks, but it is what it is. You married a guy last name is Darcy, like
Right.
just you know, you know. So,
Yeah, I feel you.
but that's that. So,
Oh, that's funny.
what about you?
Um, my final thought is for sports, and specifically the sports alert we get. You get on X or Twitter,
Mhm.
or you get like the ESPN notifications, or you get on Instagram.
Right.
It'll be like breaking, and you're like, oh, okay, what is this? And it's like some random like news. We need to like establish levels. Not every
Tears. Yes.
not everything is breaking news. Like some things are breaking news. Some things it's like, hey, like this happened.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But not every like you'll get on and it's like breaking news. Brandon Ayuk and the 49ers met on Monday. You're like, is that breaking news? Like, is that like
it's like, was there like did we reach a conclusion? No. Then I don't want to hear about it.
yeah, it's like bro,
Don't. Yeah. Just
say breaking if it's like breaking news, Brandon Ayuk has signed. And it's like, okay, makes sense. But
yeah,
it's like these things for things that go
bro.
viral
Oh
are
my
like
gosh, dude.
breaking news: Travis Kelsey will not be practicing this week. You're like, who cares? Who cares? Like, it's training camp. Who cares? It's breaking news.
Breaking news. Rumors are going around that Terrence Crawford is gonna fight Canelo next. And it's like, that's not Turkey, shut up, bro. Please. Turkey,
It's,
calm down.
it just doesn't make any sense because it's just like breaking news on the most like unworthy
Or
thing to
breaking news,
broke.
Charlo came over 2 pounds on the scale. It's like, they're still gonna fight, bro. Let me know if they're gonna fight or not.
Yeah,
Who's
it's like
sacrificing more percentage of their purse, and just let's get on with it. Come
it
on.
just doesn't. I just can't stand it. I just can't stand this like constant like breaking news, breaking news. You're like, it's not breaking news. Like that's not news. Like it isn't like something breaking news needs to be something I need to know right now. Breaking news, Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL. That's breaking news.
Dang, yeah.
But if it's like breaking news, Patrick Mahomes taking it easy this week.
Bro,
Like,
I saw an article, and it wasn't breaking news, but even then I was like, same thing with the movies where it's like someone thought this was worthy of news, like being an article. I was like, someone decided to run with this, but I guess Matthew Stafford has a thing where like, did he went to Georgia for college?
huh?
People that see him walk around, they'll give him the go dogs, like go Bulldogs.
Right.
And for whatever reason, he doesn't do it back. I don't know why. But even in the article, they somewhat try to explain why he doesn't say it back. And after I read the article, I was just like, because I was genuinely curious, like, oh, like why doesn't he say if you want to school there, it's alma mater, why
Yeah,
doesn't?
yeah,
And the article had nothing of substance to give me, and I was just like, you
yeah.
thought this was newsworthy of saying like, oh, buy so and so? I was like, please, like, bro, this it was so stupid. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
man.
just doesn't make any sense. And we need to like develop a system of like
Wait, final thought. Can't we not get AI to weed out some of this stuff? We're so busy doing AI for like making art and all this whoop de do all this. Can we not develop AI that just like proofreads all this stuff for us? Come on, bro.
it just needs to, we just need levels, you know? Like not
Just
everything.
sort this out, please.
Tell us the information, but tell us in a very like I don't know, in a different way, in a
It's
different
just
it just can't it's not all breaking.
like remember when Brady like I think he like had maybe cut his hand a little bit before like the
Yeah, yeah,
playoffs,
yeah, yeah.
and it was just
Like how
journalists were running rampant with it, and I'm like, bro, who cares? We're gonna see if he could play on Sunday when the game happens. Like what?
I got a good one. You know what needs to be breaking news? The fact that Joe Burrow can't throw the football every day.
I did see like a doctor talking about it, and I was like, bro, this is serious.
Like that's breaking news. Like that to me
Yeah,
needs to be and you know, we still have like a whole football thing we're gonna do. So I'm not gonna step on any of it. But this whole Joe Burrow thing has to be like that's breaking news. Like his
yeah.
injury is like a lineman injury. No quarterback, no pitcher has ever gotten that injury. Like that's breaking news. That's like he can't like they're not letting him throw a football every day. That's breaking news. But like today I saw they asked what's his name? Josh Allen.
Mm.
How he felt being the 13th highest paid quarterback. And Josh Allen, total pro, was like, I had my day in the sun when I was like the highest paid dude. And if I keep playing the way I'm playing, I will have my day in the sun again. I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm happy with how much I get paid. And it was like, Justin, Josh Allen, not worried about how much he gets paid. Like, of course, yeah, yeah.
Who
You
needed
think,
to hear that? Who needed to like just who was waiting for that response from
yeah, like
Josh? Like,
who's like, man, is Josh Allen like,
hey, is he okay with his pay, bro? Like, do you think he's like like what? Like
like,
someone in Buffalo was like, hey, man, yeah, I think we gotta pray for Josh, bro. I don't know if he's 13 on the list, bro. Like
like, you think he's happy
we
that
got
he,
to know how he feels. He hasn't tweeted anything about it. And then Justin, it's like, okay, hey, we're gonna be okay. We're
yeah,
gonna be
like
fine.
who's like, man, like you think he's, I know he's like super, super rich, but you think he's not, he's not happy because he's not super, super, super rich. Like, it's like, who the, like, for who? Like, this just in for
Who
who?
stays up thinking about this? Like, just
Yeah, so it's gotten out of control. We just need tiers. We need like
yeah,
we need them labeled like color label. Like if it's green, it's like hey, this is like the lowest possible news.
right. Like a gossip column. It's like, oh, hey,
Yeah, it's like hey, like
Christian McCaffrey, pours his milk first before his cereal. Oh my, okay, like okay, yeah,
the
like
amount of people that got crazy. Christian McCaffrey strained his calf like 2 weeks ago, and there was people like, oh man, like is this gonna affect the 49ers like chances in the season? You're like a strained calf, like in training camp. Like, what the hell are you talking? Like, what? Like, people are like, I don't know. This like, and then I love because they asked Christian McCaffrey, and Christian McCaffrey's like, if we had a game this week, I'd be playing. Because it's like it's training camp, you bozo.
yeah, yeah. It's just
Like dudes get set out for like, Oh, Fred, like you sweat too much. You're sweating too much today. You know what, dude? Like
Take it easy.
you're good,
Hey,
Fred.
just do walkthroughs today. Okay, cool, coach. Got you. Like just
It's like
that's
you understand Christian McCaffrey is gonna be fine. Like people have losing their minds on like breaking news. Like I got this alert. Breaking news:
clickbait, bro.
49ers are not starting any of their starters for the third preseason game. You're like, yeah, like
And you do know they got to figure out the rest of the roster.
yeah,
Why
it's like
why would they play
yeah, like Fred Warner isn't playing for his spot on the defense. Like you do know that, right?
like he's Fred Warner. Like
Like,
he's that.
like,
Bro,
like they still
dude,
have to figure out who they're cutting. Like it's so ridiculous.
there was a clip, and it kind of gave me some insight into like how the vets look at it, and I was like, that's pretty cool. But
Right.
it was like Taylor Lewan, Will Compton, and there's a third guy.
Mhm.
But they were asking them, "Hey, yo, what are some of the moments you look forward to with like preseason games? Like what are, like throughout training camp? What are the moments where you're like?" And it made me think of like my past experience, and I was like, well, I could see that. That makes sense. But they were like, bro, when you have a preseason game coming up, and like you're a starter, right? They're like, when coach tells you, "Hey, big fella, you don't have to suit up for this one. Like
Yeah.
you can dip out,"
Right.
and they're just like, "Ah, oh, thank you, coach." Like that's just like or like when they get to like training camp for like 2 days, and like you do the morning practice, and then coach surprises them and is like, "Hey guys, you guys got the rest of the day off. You guys had a good practice." Like just and they're just like ecstatic, and I was like, "Yeah, bro." But that would be like newsworthy. Like, whoa, like Chiefs did not practice this evening. Like like and it's like, do you think something's wrong with the team? Like, why did Andy Reid send them all home early? And it's like, bro, who cares? Like, just
Yeah, but exactly, but
they're
it's
fine. Like, they're chilling. If
like you mean the
like,
dudes that just won back-to-back Super Bowls? Like
yeah, it's like, bro, he's set. Like, he's
like
bro.
you think those guys are
Pat's still healthy. Travis is still healthy. Like, okay, I gotta find a new, like interior defensive lineman, and I got 5 guys like that are just okay, cool. They'll play in this weekend's preseason game, and
that's the
that's
part
it.
that just like cracks me up. It's like that team's in trouble, huh? Like they just won back-to-back Super Bowls. That team's in trouble?
Yeah,
Like
bro.
that team okay. All right. All
Pat Mahomes, oh, he eats his mac and cheese with ketchup, and it's like,
right. Just the
dude,
we just need tears. Give us tears, please. That's
yeah.
all. That's all we need. We need tears. And once you get us tears, then let us decide. But not everything's newsworthy. Not everything is breaking news. Like Cristiano got like a YouTube channel today, and it was like breaking news: Cristiano Ronaldo, 1 million subscribers in 2 hours. Okay, good for him, dude.
It's
Like
like you do know he's like an all-time great. Like,
it's like
okay,
it's like what did you think? Like this guy's like probably the number one like social media athlete in the world.
yeah.
Duh, duh. Like come on, what are we doing? So.
Watch. I bet if Brady like crushes it in the booth, people are gonna be like amazed by his ability, and it's gonna be like, you do know this guy was like a serial killer when he played the game. Like he was just the. Why wouldn't he know the game? And we know he's super
Yeah.
passionate about the game. Like you're
That's
really
gonna be
surprised?
that's gonna be the conversation because it's like you thought Brady was stupid, like because
Yeah.
like our fear with Brady is that he isn't gonna be completely honest, and that's why he would be bad if he's like playing
If
nice.
it's too watered down, if it's too like, oh yeah, like, yeah.
But if he's like willing to do what he's doing in all these interviews, he's gonna crush it. And I think, but yeah, there's gonna be that. But the moment where like if he's calling a game and the starting quarterback gets hurt, it's like, can Brady come back? He did say, "Oh man, it'd be fun to throw to that guy."
Right, like they were saying that this week. Like they were just like, oh, breaking news. Brady says he stays ready to come back out of retirement in case. And
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's been him for the last like, you know,
Yeah, that's gonna be Brady when he's like 60.
yeah, he'll be 60 and still be like, I could already see him drawing with like the young bucks and just say, hey, bro, like I was doing this at 45, bro. What are you doing? Like I'm ready
Yeah,
for old Brady, bro. I'm ready for just like
like honestly, as a 49er fan, because the Niners are going to be on national TV a lot, I'm not looking forward to like the first time Brady's like, man, it'd be fun to throw to Debo because all of
oh.
like Brady said he'd be fun to throw to Kittle and Debo, and it's like, well, yeah, like, yeah, like,
Like you do know most quarterbacks would say that like in the booth. Like
like, is
you're
he saying?
discussing one of the like top tight ends like in the game. Like just
He's like, oh man, to it'd be fun to play to have the play calls Shanahan calls, like,
you don't think Aikman is in the booth and thinking like,
yeah, and
dang, bro, this Julio Jones guy would have been special if I had him.
right,
You know, they just yeah,
right.
like oh, yeah, of course, like game recognizes game, bro. Come on,
So, but just I'm not looking forward to that because that's gonna be like super annoying,
that was gonna hurt. Yeah,
and it's just gonna be like, okay, all right, bro, cool.
like you're gonna be Waka Flocka. You're gonna be like, okay,
Yeah, because I'm just gonna get people like who are gonna send it to me. Elijah's gonna be like, oh, bro, like,
hey, bro, what do you think of this? Oh, te dolió? Like you know, like just like
oh my god, like, come on. So yeah, um, yeah, that's my final thought.
nice, nice.
So you have anything to plug for this weekend?
No, I'm chilling this weekend, man. Just just basking in the ambience of this lovely short hair that I got right now. So,
Actually, I have one more question to ask you.
mm-hmm.
Just based on what I saw social media, I didn't see the fight. Just strictly, and you know me with MMA,
Right.
I'm like as casual as they come. I'm like you with soccer. Um, why do people not like Adesanya? Because I saw a lot of like, yeah, like he lost, like, because I guess he like apparently from what I was reading, he was like winning, and at the end
Right. He was doing good most of the
and then
fight.
he loses by submission, and people were
Yeah.
like ecstatic that he lost. It's like, yeah, that's what he gets. Blah, blah, blah. Like, why do people? Why don't like MMA, UFC supporters like him?
He's one of those guys that and it happens to fighters, but talented, right? Can fight,
Right.
special talent. But unlike Floyd, most other guys will eventually lose. And Izzy has lost, so it's like it's one of those things where it's like it's a double-edged sword. He goes around talking a lot of crap,
Yeah.
and you know, and this one came back to bite him in the ass. So it's like, dude, and then and don't get me wrong, there are some people also that don't like the champion, the guy that beat him, like Duplessis. Like they're just like some guys were like Trevor was really hoping for Izzy to win. Trevor's like in that camp of like liking Adesanya, but no, but there are a lot of dudes that he's like pissed off, and there are some dudes that like they do think he's a like a little soft. Like he fought this dude named Yoel Romero, and
Okay.
during that fight, he he was on the bicycle. He did not want to engage. And it's like, bro, you can't be over here like running your mouth about this guy and that guy, and then you get in the cage with the real monster and like you don't want the smoke. Like, come on, So, but I respect it because it's like, I mean, sure, if you're gonna like talk crap and then you win some, you lose some. Like him and Alex Pereira have like a rivalry because Alex Pereira beat him a couple times in kickboxing and then I think once in the UFC.
Mm.
So it's like they have a thing, but yeah, I mean, if you talk enough crap, you're gonna have some haters. So
So it's just the
he just comes off as like a
classic.
little arrogant, and
Yeah,
there are some
the
people that
classic. He
just
talks a
don't.
lot, so people want to see him lose.
Yeah, yeah, like it's like how people want to see Floyd lose, and like you have
Right.
guys to this day that are just like, oh, Floyd, blah, and it's like, wow, it's so But the only thing is that Izzy has lost, so now I think it's just more. It's just possible that he's also 35, so it's like he's probably gonna lose again. So if he keeps talking the way he talks, it's like you know, Roy Jones had his day where he was the guy, he was the man, and then he started getting knocked out left and right. It's like, it happens.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Cool.
but yeah.
There you go. There it is. In exactly a month from now will be I'll be in Paso. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, we'll be, eating some good food. Pod with Gehrig, right? In person, in the flesh. So, nice.
I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
Heck yeah.
Cool. So I'll talk to you next week.
All right.
The Airzoft Podcast was brought to you by Triumph Protective Coatings. You can find Triumph Protective Coatings on Instagram, Triumph_coatings. You can call them or text them 626-436-4702. They offer awesome customer service and they do amazing work. So reach out to them for your next project, and if you use promo code ARROWSUP, you get 15% off your next order. So reach out to them. They'll take care of you. That's the pod. Thank you to David. Thank you to Angel. Thank you to Triumph. Thank you to you for listening. Airzoft Podcast. Everywhere you get your pods, please rate, review, subscribe. Instagram @ArrowsUp. YouTube channel, ArrowsUp YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, follow, share, comment, all of that. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the support. I'll talk to you again on Friday. Full Canelo breakdown, preview, get into all of that. And yeah, man, we're back. I'll have Harry Sunday, talk baseball, Otani, 50-50 watch. So impressive. It should be a bigger deal. It's not, because baseball's stupid and they don't know how to market. But it should be a bigger deal. It should be the biggest deal right now. But yeah, that's where we're at. I'll talk to you later. Enjoy the day. Enjoy your week. Enjoy Thursday Night Football. I'll have a Instagram video for that, giving you a preview of that one. But yeah, so talk to you later. Airzoft Podcast. Until next time. Let's go Red Sox. Season's almost over. Glory, glory, Man United. We play on Saturday. Hala Madrid. We play Saturday. And bang, bang, Niner gang.